All right, so here I am. I just added curves to above my label, the bottom label. So I could call this bottom label because I want to know what that is. And let's see, let's go to properties. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just watching that bottom label. So I don't need, let's see, I do need to make it a little bit darker, but I want to lighten it overall. So I'm just adding a little contrast because I want it to match the top labels, if that makes sense, because when I was lighting, it must have been closer to the top than the bottom. So we're just watching that label to get it to match. That looks pretty good. So then again, I'm gonna shift click to select both, or command click or control click, depending if you're on a Mac. We're gonna merge those two layers together. And then this time we're gonna go ahead and lighten so black disappears. And ladies and gents, here we go. So that's going to be our final image. So let's go ahead and do a quick review. So here's our light rating image. We layered and turned a blending mode on to combine the glow. And if I wanted to, I could also go in there and paint that brighter, which maybe I'll do in a second. Then we have that highlight on the one side. We have the highlight on the other side. Next, we added in the label there, top label there. This one we don't need anymore, so we can delete it. Now you could play around with layer order, so maybe if I put the rim lights on top, it'll glow a little bit above the labels. So you may get a little bit of glow above the labels. We did also add a layer mask. So if we go back into the layer mask and paint it white, let's go back to the paintbrush and paint it white. We might be able to bring in a little bit of color there because there was like a little bit of glow. And then what we can do is go to this one. You may want to just paint it a little bit more of that glow that was coming in there. It might show up. All right. So that looks pretty good. Oops, where did my mouse go? That's the one thing, it gets lost. Paint it in up here. And then you're obviously going to have to crop it. Oops. And that, my friends, is why it's really important to be on the right mask and not the layer, the image itself. There we go. So the last thing I might do is actually go in here and we could actually brighten that glass glow. So let's go ahead and add a curves as well. And we could bring up the highlights more. You see how it brightens it? Makes it pop a little more. The more you lift it up. And then if you want more contrast, you can bring this down a little bit as well. And then I wanted it just on that one layer, so I'm just going to go ahead and merge those two. The other way you can do it is a clipping mask. Okay. And there we go. So that was the one image, but adding that glow just adds another effect there. And you just got to switch it back to lighten. There you go. All right, so now it's time to save. So you're going to go to File. We want to save as a Photoshop because we always want our original. So we'll call it Glass Composite. There it goes. So it's downloading. And then you can also go to File, Export, and you can export it as a JPEG. And that is it. That is your photo composite, my friends. I would do 100%.